the rigs, but we stay for the people. We're Dave and Karen from Watts on Wheels. We roll, we camp, and yeah, we play. Hey everyone, we spent an unforgettable week in Georgetown, Kentucky at the Bluegrass Renegade Rally. And let me tell you, it was one heck of a ride. Bourbon, horse racing, a little education, and a whole lot of laughs. But first, let me tell you about Whispering Hills Campground. Here it is. There's Class C, Class C, Class C. I'm seeing some Class Cs, I guess because they're classy.
Arriving at Whispering Hills RV Park on the right.
I guess I gotta go in there. Here is their camp map. We were in Site 227. Let's take a drone's eye view of the campground. The rally was held at Whispering Hills Campground in Georgetown, Kentucky, right in the heart of horse country. It's just off I-75, about 30 miles north of Lexington, surrounded by rolling pastures and all things bourbon and bluegrass. The park has 230 full hookup sites, back-end pull-throughs, and a few premium waterfront spots. Rates start around $45 a night and go up to about $90 for premium sites. Electric is metered separately. We paid a whopping $3.86 for 5 nights. Amenities include free Wi-Fi, which actually worked, a pool, fishing pond, basketball court, playground, laundry, propane, and bathhouses with private showers. There's also a pavilion for rallies and get-togethers. Most sites have picnic tables and fire rings, and the park is both big rig friendly, obviously, and pet friendly with a dog park. It's not our usual tucked in the woods kind of campground that we like. The sites are close together with limited shade, but for a week packed with friends and activities, it was perfect. Whispering Hills is clean, convenient, and a great base for exploring bourbon country and Kentucky's famous horse farms. You're also close to plenty of attractions: Whispering Woods Stables for horseback riding, the impressive Ark Encounter, about 30 minutes north, and Veterans Memorial Wildlife Park for fishing or hiking. Historic Georgetown offers antique shops and over 200 buildings on the National Register of Historic Places. Other nearby favorites include Old Friends Retired Racehorse Farm, the Kentucky Horse Park, and the Bourbon Trail, with plenty of distilleries and wineries to explore and sample. And of course, Keeneland Racetrack in Lexington, where we bet $100 over 6 different races and won overall $110. So we call that a full day with fun with a $10 prize. Once everyone rolled in and got parked, Whispering Hills turned into a sea of renegades. It's always fun seeing how everyone sets up. No 2 rigs are the same. From polished paint jobs to custom add-ons, every one of them tells a story. You could walk the rows for hours and still spot something new. A clever mod here, a fun decal there, and of course a lot of friendly faces ready to swap ideas. That's what makes these rallies so special. The rigs bring us together, but it's the people who keep us coming back. The first evening we kicked things off with a big welcome dinner and plenty of laughs. And that was just the beginning. Tuesday was all about 2 things Kentucky's famous for: bourbon and bluegrass. We loaded up the buses and headed out for a full day of tastings, laughter, and a little history along the way. And let's just say, some of us learned more about sampling than about distilling. Before our first distillery stop, we took a little detour to the Kentucky Horse Park in Lexington, a working horse farm and museum that celebrates Kentucky's most famous residents. The park spans more than 1,200 acres of rolling bluegrass pastures, part farm, part museum, and part living tribute to Kentucky's rich horse heritage. This is where Man o' War, one of the greatest racehorses of all time, is buried. He won 20 of his 21 races back in the early 1900s and became a legend. His bronze statue and memorials sit in the heart of the park. And standing there, surrounded by those rolling pastures, you can really feel the pride and history that defined this part of Kentucky. Man o' War wasn't just famous for his victories, it was his stride that set him apart. His was measured at 28 feet. the distance covered between the point where the same hoof strikes the ground and the next time it strikes the ground again. That is an incredible reach and is a big part of why he dominated every racetrack he set foot on. The park also honors other champions, including the Secretariat, another Triple Crown legend, often called the greatest racehorse that ever lived. When Secretariat passed away in 1989, veterinarians discovered his heart weighed about 22 pounds, nearly 3 times that of an average horse. It wasn't abnormal, just remarkably strong, the engine that powered his unbelievable speed and endurance. We also learned that to be officially recognized as a thoroughbred, a foal must be conceived through natural breeding, no artificial insemination allowed, a long-standing tradition meant to preserve the purity and the traceability of the breed. And there's a reason Kentucky produces so many champions. The secret lies in the limestone-rich soil that gives the region its name. The bluegrass isn't really blue, it's the limestone that gives it its unique color and mineral content. That limestone enriches the grass and water with calcium and nutrients, building the strong bones and muscles that make Kentucky horses world famous. After our detour through Kentucky's horse country, we figured it was time to explore another of the state's favorite traditions, bourbon. And wouldn't you know, the town brand distillery was just up the road, ready to give us a true taste of bluegrass heritage, purely for research purposes, of course. Our guide walked us through the distillery, where the magic really happens. Town Branch uses traditional copper pot stills imported from Scotland, not just because they look beautiful, but because the copper helps purify the spirit and bring out those smooth caramel notes bourbon's known for. From there, it's aged in brand new charred oak barrels, where the whiskey takes on its deep amber color and rich flavor. Every barrel matures a little differently, giving each batch its own character. Kind of like people, but with better aging results. And of course, no tour would be complete without a little taste test. Let's just say our group took their research duties very seriously, all in the name of bourbon science. After a few generous samples at Town Branch, we headed back to the campground for a hot lunch, maybe to help absorb a little of that bourbon education. Once we'd regrouped, it was time for round 2, off to Whiskey Thief Distilling Company, where the tastings got even more hands-on. Whiskey Thief Distilling Company is a completely different experience. Part history lesson, part hands-on adventure. Tucked away in rural Kentucky, it's the only bourbon distillery where visitors can sample straight from the barrel. No blending, no filtering, just pure high-proof flavor, pulled with an old-fashioned Whiskey Thief, the copper tube that gives the distillery its name. The folks at Whiskey Thief make you feel more like family than tourists, and after a few pours, we were convinced we just made about 20 new best friends. Each barrel here tells its own story. No two taste alike, and that's exactly the point. You swirl, sip, and decide which one speaks to you. Then you bottle your favorite right there on the spot. This stop was the perfect ending to a day filled with bourbon, laughter, and a whole lot of Kentucky hospitality. After a full day of bourbon tasting, we needed something a little more fast-paced. So Thursday was all about horsepower of a different kind. The kind with 4 legs, a jockey, and a finish line. Our day at Keeneland Racecourse was something special. It's one of the most beautiful racetracks in the country, known for its rich history, its rolling grounds, and that classic Kentucky charm. We started under the big tent outside for lunch. Plenty of good food, laughter, and a little friendly wagering advice from fellow renegaders who claim to be experts. I don't think so. Then it was time to head inside and see what all the excitement was about. After we won 2 out of 3 bets on the first race, purely by luck, we thought we were on to something. But then we weren't even close on the next couple of races. Some folks have better strategies based on bloodlines and race stats, of which we didn't have a clue. So I said, hey, let's ask AI to pick for us. Dave said, well, unless AI can smell a horse's mood or see which horse pooped last, you might as well stick to guessing by names and the number of races won. Well, you know what? We did it anyways, and guess what? We won our money back. may not have walked away rich, but watching those horses fly down the track with thousands of fans cheering, now that's a Kentucky experience worth betting on. After a full week of horsepower and bourbon, there is just one thing left to do. Raise one more glass with new friends at our final get-together, the perfect way to wrap up the Bluegrass Renegade Rally. The live band was great, the bourbon was flowing, and the conversations were even better around the fire pits. It didn't matter if you'd been to every rally or if this was your first one. By the end of the night, it felt like one big Renegade family. Between the laughter, the stories, and maybe one too many tastings, it was a perfect way to close out an unforgettable week in Kentucky. We hope you enjoyed the ride. We sure did. Thanks for joining us at the Bluegrass Renegade Rally, and we'll see you down the road. Thanks for rolling with Wax on Wheels. Want to help our channel grow? Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell, or we'll come Jeep chasing ya. Hey, and leave us a comment. Even a quick hello makes our day. So roll, camp, play, and maybe fix something, and have a beer.